Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to my world. It's raining, and I got a package sitting out here. And I need to do a review of a product that was going to be on the truck. I think I can still do it. But how is everybody? We are in another 80-degree day here. Yeah. Oh, it's nice and cool in here. And, yeah. Things have been going pretty good here, getting some stuff done, but as it gets done, other stuff crops up. Isn't that how it normally works?
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
We want to thank RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding for sponsoring this video.
It is July and it is hot. It was a hot June and now it's a hot July. Are you guys experiencing that? Well, guess what? We're not experiencing it while we're in bed, that's for sure. Because when we bought this mattress, we made sure we got one that has a cooling effect. Now, you might be the opposite way. You might need something that keeps you warm. Or maybe you're a bigger person. They do make a mattress specifically for big people. But the thing is you're going to get whatever you need by talking with them. Use the code in the description. That'll pop up here in a second. That'll at least get you into their site so you can look at what they have, so you can know what you're talking about. But once you order the mattress, free shipping. Guess what? It's coming out of Arizona. That's where all of the manufacturing happens, which is awesome because, again, there's no third party. You get to dial this thing in the way that you need, and they give you so many different options. And they're doing it right because they've got a ton of awards that they've won over the years because of all of their quality and how it's being recognized across the industry. Now, we noticed the quality right away. The sleep quality of what we were experiencing was through the roof. Of course, comfort was awesome. But the thing that I liked the best about it was you get a 120-night sleep trial in case you just don't feel like you got the right one the first time. And the other part is you get a limited lifetime warranty. So once you dial into the right one, you're going to get a long time, a lot of use out of the mattress. Now, what you see spinning here, rvmattress.com/daydream, that's the link you need to use in the description. And then when you're checking out, make sure you use the code daydream. See it spinning around there? You're going to get 30% off your entire order. That's going to be exclusive for just us and our viewers. And I'm talking all your order. So order up all the accessories you want, toppers, pillows, whatever. But great mattress, great price, great discount code. Wow, this thing is, I just read it on the box, it's 115 pounds. It's take a little bit to move it around. There's a lady that delivered it. Normally we have a guy that does the deliveries out here, but kudos to her. She read my notes, and it says large packages delivered by garage. So, anyways, what are we doing? I don't know when you're watching this, but we have our fence that's going to be coming soon, and can't be too soon, to tell you the truth. Again, the install is going to take a couple days because it's a pretty big project for them, and I think it's just a one-man crew. I don't know, maybe there's another guy, I have no idea, but yeah, I can't wait for that. So in the meantime, Heidi has been working on her garden. Let's go take a look at that. And even though it is raining, it's starting to rain harder. I better look at the map, huh? As far as the RV, as we're walking towards the garden, the RV, I haven't touched it. It's just not, it's not happening. I can't squeeze it in. I just can't squeeze in the work. I've got all this other stuff going on. Look at these tomato stakes or whatever. Look how thick these are. These are big. These are giant. We have 3 of them that were behind the pole building that we brought up here. But boy, look at how quick Heidi's garden sprouted up. She wants me to, we have the rest of the fencing here. This critter fence that goes around. It's just a light fence. We have the rest of that. We ran out. And the stuff that we have, that was free. It was just in the pole building. So we ordered some more. It's in the house. She says something's been digging up in the garden. I have to agree. Something looks like it's digging there. But Nothing's been eating anything, it don't look like. We have a raccoon that's still on the property. I need to redo that little trap because it's not doing its job. As you guys can tell, maybe I'm shooting with my phone. I didn't, so it's not quite as good as it should be. But I'm going to tell you right now, I am highly disappointed in Samsung. We have had Samsung phones since the very first new Samsung phone HEIDI and I both bought, which was the Samsung Edge 6. And I think that was back in like 2000 and, I don't know, 13, 14, 12, maybe it's 12. I mean, it was a long time ago. And every couple years, we go out and get new phones for the whole family. Now, remember, our kids, I would buy them new phones along with us every so many years until they graduated school. And even after that, we've passed down a few of the phones. And we have gone Samsung 6, 7, 8, S9 Plus, Note 10, Note, I know we had a Note 20, and then, I don't know, S22 Ultra, S24 Ultra, no, not S24 Ultra, sorry, S25 Ultra is what HEIDI has now. But anyways, I bought a Flip 6. Now, I tried the Fold, and I didn't care for the Fold. The cameras weren't that good, but I like the Flip 6 for its form function and its ability to shoot video. And not only that, but have basically a nice selfie screen with a very good camera on it, so I could shoot video and see what I was doing and if the product was in range of the camera and all that stuff. Well, the bad news is, out of the blue one day, I opened my phone and there was 2 semicircles that showed up on my screen. So I called Samsung. They had me reset my phone, do a bunch of crap, and they said, yeah, it sounds like there's something wrong with it. So I sent it in. It wasn't even a year old. I mean, this is a phone that I think I paid $1,300 for. And I took the time of sending it in. It took a few days for them to get it, receive it, inspect it. And after about 7 or 8 days, they sent me a message that said, yeah, your phone, there's your hinge is damaged and it'll cost $375 to fix. I'm like, what? I mean, I've only had it a year. I've never dropped it. I mean, I didn't damage the hinge. I just opened and closed it. I mean, I just used it like you would think a phone is to be used. Was not very happy about that at all. So I told him, I said, send it back to me unfixed. I mean, obviously it was a small part of the screen. I didn't really care. So I got it back. And that took another week. So I was without a phone for a couple of weeks. That was a nightmare. Hence the reason I'm standing out here in the rain getting ready to do a review on something that goes in my truck. And I needed my phone to do it. Well, the phone, whenever it came back, first thing I did is open it up, and it was worse. There's now a line that is showing up, a bright line that starts right at the hinge from the right-hand side inward, about halfway through the phone. And although it's a very thin line, it's bright. And I mean, you can see it. It's not like it's hidden. Now, the other day, I was going and opened my phone early in the morning, and there was this weird flashing it was doing on that same line in that same area all the way across the screen though. So I got online and read some, I don't know, post of some kind in forums, and people say, oh yeah, you know, it just gets worse from there. And there's a lot of people that have this problem, lots that have had this problem. I think it's wrong. So now I'm kind of caught because, you know, all my eggs have been in the Samsung basket for so long. You know, we have accounts, we have, you know, we've gotten used to using it. You know, once you get past a certain age, you don't want to necessarily learn new technology just to exist on a regular basis. And we learned our Samsung phones pretty good. Well, I know they're getting ready to come out with the Flip 7. And again, the form function of the camera on that is perfect for me. I'm going to be caught. I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably getting their product and this time buying some kind of extended warranty because I'm stuck. I'm just stuck. They got me over a barrel. You know what? I haven't been in this RV for I don't know how many days, so maybe I should step in here. It's got to be a week. Whoops, wrong switch like always. Make sure nobody set up residence in here, I guess. We've just been running the fan in here just to keep air circulating. You know, once I start in this, I should be able to knock it out relatively quick. You know, famous last words, but man, I really need to get working on this thing. I really do. So we had a surprise. Our friends from Florida, Kevin and Christy, their channel is We Are the Roberts. So they came and hung out with us for the day. They were over camping at Mosquito Creek, and you know they're making their trek throughout the country. Kevin had just retired. I think Christy is already possibly retired. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, we went out to lunch and we had a good time. Now go check out his channel if you haven't. He does a lot of DJI drone stuff. And you can see he's got a big dually. It looks very familiar. Kind of reminded me of our black unit, but he's got a distinct difference. Listen. Oh, that was really cool. So yeah, go check out that channel. We had a really good time. And he said, "Hey, you ever head to Florida? You know, we got a spot for you." So, Kevin, Christy, you watching that? We may take you up on it, but who knows when that'll be. We got so much stuff going on here that I don't know if we'll ever get ourselves cut loose. But we always enjoy whenever we have subscribers that stop by. Sully had stopped by not that long ago, you know, prior to this video. And the same with these two. They're great company, and we were happy to have them over. And hope that happens again at some point in time. Yeah, that fence is going to be nice. And it's going to go all the way back to the pole building. Good morning, YouTube. As you've seen, we are in the process of having a fence put in, and today is the last day. This guy's been doing it for a long time, and he basically said, yeah, I put in all the post, I leave him set for the night. He says come back the next day and finish it out. And man, it's so wet he didn't even have to put water in the holes. I'll give you an update. It's about 10 a.m., almost 10 a.m., and it's coming right along. Unfortunately, the ground is continuing to show how muddy and wet it actually is. But good news is this weather that's coming up is going to be so dry that it'll dry all this stuff out in the next 4 days. Probably won't even recognize it. But look at this. Isn't this cool? Man, these guys are flying. They are absolutely flying. all finished, all finished. We got a little bit of a mess, and there's reason he didn't do what he said he'd normally do. He says, normally I would take a pressure washer and I'd clean the driveway off for you. Well, I told him I have a pressure washer and don't bother, because I don't want him to accidentally get down into this new seal job somehow. And he said he understood. He also was very upset that he backed the trailer in here. He says, I made a dent in your yard. And I said, that's okay. I said, I'll get my zero turn out and run it over. And I said, it should push it flat again. It's deepest right here, and then it just kind of gets smaller. And then he said, finally, he says, and all the dirt from all the poles, he goes, I normally rake all that out and, you know, make it nice. And he says, but it's mud, and it is. Matter of fact, I'm not even walking through this area here because, well, I can, but it's just mud. This is nothing but mud. It's pretty rough, and it's mud all the way back. But the fence itself, man, how nice is this? There's a little latch thing here. I don't know how this works exactly. Oh, like that. There's mud up on the fence. Check this out. But yeah, I like it. They did a great job. See what it looks like here. Very little movement in the board. I guess you can call it movement. Just very little. It's very straight. He said, of course, that is going to change. He says, your fence will move. And he says, and it'll change, you know, especially over the winter. He said, but if there's any problems or anything that's drastic, let him know. He'll come back out and do it. Of course, the only reason we have this gate where it is, oh, that's a lock, I get it now, is so that we can mow on that side. Man, does it look nice, though. And we've got privacy. I like it. So we're done with this project for the time being. At some point in time, we will... I just got done hosing off the driveway with just no pressure washer, because I swear it looks like it's going to storm, don't it? I don't know. But look how nice that is. Made a nice step down for us. Heidi's got an idea about some nicely placed gardening stuff. Little flower beds or whatever. And the best part is just the increased privacy of it all, right? It just looks a lot nicer. Yeah, I'm happy with this, extremely. Okay, so done with this. Let's find out what we do next. Howdy, YouTube. Welcome to another beautiful day. Probably more beautiful than all the rest, because today it's 88, and I think we have 2 days of 90s coming up. So, heard my son come out. Must be taking off here. I thought I'd come out and have you guys experience the peace of mind that I do. I know this is kind of strange, but I guess we're more private people than we thought, because when I come around this corner and I see this fence, there's like a relief. I don't know what it is, but I just feel more relieved that there's a fence here and it's private now. And boy, did that guy get, I can't believe how straight he got it. I mean, he was dead on. I was watching him do it, and it's just amazing. All right, so the whole reason that I'm out here, other than to enjoy the fence line, wow, the wind's kicked up. It's a beautiful day. I can't believe that it's 88 and we've got this nice breeze. I was thinking about taking the cover off the RV for the next few days so I can run the air conditioner. I don't know if that's needed, but it's you know what, it's not hot in here. I mean, it's warm. I wouldn't want to sleep in this. It's 87 in here. Yeah, 60 degree or 60% humidity. So again, we just have this fan that's just continuously running in here. And, you know, it's actually pretty pleasant considering that the sun's beating down. I guess this cover is doing a pretty good job with keeping things, I don't know, dry. Let me take you off low light. I'm getting my phone's screaming at me, saying more light needed. So hang on. All right, there. Now the phone will be jittery, but yeah, this is a pretty decent cover. I have to say that, you know, as a budget cover, I don't remember paying much above $100 for it. Might have been 120, 130, and yeah, it's doing a good job insulating. We'll have to see what this is like in a couple days, though, so I'm sure it's going to be kind of rough. But we've got work to do still. You know, I keep on talking about this. If I can get caught up on work, then I'm coming in here and I'm going to work on this. The funny part is we're in June. We're in the middle of June. Well, yeah, definitely in the middle of June. And we're not in any mode to go camping. Not with the camper the way that it is. So, all right, I don't know. I've got to jump on this, I guess, but I can't. Man, I hate it. I hate getting put in this situation. How about you guys? Are you guys in that kind of situation where you got so much work you just can't get projects done that you want to do? That's me. That's exactly what it is. So let me go back to work. I've got to do some reviews, and unfortunately, I can't get around it. Okay, so we had to have an RV intervention. Heidi helped me out. I was up on top of the roofs, kind of stuck. And the RV intervention it's 101 degrees in here with the cover on it. Remember earlier I was saying it wasn't too bad. Well, it's just too much. I mean, that'll cause some problems. So we will, and we did, uncover the RV, and we're going to run the air conditioner off of the generator. The one that I wanted to make I don't know, a box for, but yeah, but I can't do it. I'm just feeling the air to make sure it's cool. And it definitely feels cool. So it's not ice cold, obviously, but we'll get there. So
Heat index is 96.
which that's pretty typical for. There's a nice grommet here. I'm going to put that in there. Don't know where that came from.
Quarter.
Well, thing is, I'll run into something and go, oh man, you know that thing I threw away? Yeah, it's a $5 part that you got a special order. And so you can see the fuel pump. This time we let the fuel pump fill the tank and listen to it before we started up the generator, but we'll see how this goes. In the meantime, I got to get this cover. Yeah, we'll have to do something with the cover. Damn it. I didn't want to have to do any of this stuff. What? Yeah, right. So we're going to...
I didn't sign up for this, people.
Heidi said, you know, I think that we should get that cover taken care of. If not, our RV will be completely ruined and we'll have nothing to repair. Okay, it's going to bounce around a little bit more, but we got better lighting. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's so nice and cool in here. And you got to remember, there's holes in the floor, and there's a hole in the wall back there, and it's still pretty darn cool. 73 degrees, and we've got our humidity down to 40-some%. And it is nice, cool air that's blowing out. So, if you guys remember on the Honda, we ran it with the Rockwood travel trailer. I think I did it with the Terry camper also. No, actually, I just did it with the Rockwood. And the deal is with the Rockwood that was really nice was that the Rockwood had double pane windows. So, you know, stacked glass basically. It was the aluminum frame with the block foam insulation, you know, and the laminated walls that were thick. It had the laminated roof, you know, it wasn't like this roof that you could push up on. It had block foam that was real thick in the middle, and down on the edges, I think it was still 4 inches. And they were newer, you know, obviously, since it was a 2020, it had newer air conditioning offerings. And not only was it insulated better, that might have been countered a little bit by how big the RV was. But the other thing was it had a setup on it that it had a thermostat on the wall, you know, for an air conditioner. Like this thermostat here is just for a furnace. I might run the wires over and make this different. I might be able to do that with this one. I'm not sure. What I'm saying is that this air conditioner has been on high the whole time. It has not shut or been taken off of high. So no matter how cold it is in here, it continues to run and try to cool it even more. And yet that generator out there is hardly using anything at all. Boy, I can't believe this. This is, and I mean, the fuel is just incredible. The fuel usage on this. Okay, hopefully you can hear me over the generator. You can see the wattage that it's running at, which is really cool. The voltage, it's 122 volts, obviously. That's what, you know, it operates under. And it's got 90% fuel in the generator's tank. Of course, the extended gas tank that I have still has gas in it. All right, let's see what is actually in here, because this is saying full. I'm on a weird angle, so I don't know how it's going to read. Oh my, it's not even below the screen, the filler screen. That's crazy. So we figured this out at one point some time ago, as far as how much it would cost us to run this stuff, you know, all night long, that kind of thing. And if you're running on propane with our big Champion generator, it came out to like, I don't remember, it was close to $20. So at that point, if you found a Harvest Host or Boondocker's Welcome or something that could give you a cord to run your electricity, it wouldn't pay. But if you were to do gasoline, it was a little bit cheaper. And as you can imagine, you know, I've got 6 gallons in that can. Let me rephrase that. I had 6 gallons in that can the other day. You know, whenever I was shooting the video of the thing. I'm standing in the nice cool air. Hopefully the wind's not coming across on the camera. But I was probably at 4 gallons when this started, maybe. And yeah, I mean, if I'm going to run, yeah, I'll have to do another test, but I'm assuming that this thing is running real close to what the Honda did. The Honda did 37 hours on a full tank of gas in the generator and 6 gallons in the can, and the extended tank, I should say. And it wasn't deadly accurate. I actually erred, you know, on the side of caution by saying that it, you know, there was still some fuel in the tank. And I was running the air conditioner at full blast the whole time, but like I said, it would shut off whenever it got below a certain temperature, until, you know, and it was a hot night. I think the low for the night was like 76 or something like that. And I had it set really low. So I would think this air conditioner here, which is a 13.5, I believe, I'm going to double check that, because I swear the way that this thing operates, it's like it seems like it's a 10,000 BTU. because that generator don't even hiccup whenever it fires up. Well, anyways, definitely getting off topic. As always, the idea that the generator can run, like I said, doing that test with that Honda, 37 hours. I think it came out to be $12 to for the whole night, which is pretty much the whole day. I mean, think about that, 37 hours. That's definitely over a day. So if you were stingy with your fuel and your air conditioning and your electricity, and you tried to run off your battery, which, by the way, my battery is, the charger still hooked up on my battery. It's still charging the battery also. But of course, we're not using any other electricity either. The refrigerator's not running on propane or anything. We're not watching any kind of TV. We haven't run the water pump really. So there's a lot of things that we haven't done that would use more electricity. But the generator's already out there running, and I seriously doubt it would make much difference on the electricity if I turn those other things on. However, we'll do those tests at a later time. I would think that this generator, because it seems to be a little bit more powerful than the Honda from what I can tell, it is a little bit bigger also. I would assume that it probably uses a little bit more gas, but it is producing more power, so maybe it's not running at a higher RPM as the Honda would. And I'm going to the 2200 before that carbon monoxide thing that they have on the new ones. So, I mean, you could theoretically bring 12 gallons of gas with you out in the wild, and if it's real hot and you need to run your air the whole time, I'm assuming that I could get 30 hours of gas or runtime with air with 6 gallons of gas. So, that's 90 hours. That's more than, that's 3 days. So it's definitely, there's a trade-off. You hear the noise of the generator, and that might put you off. I could stretch it out and point it in a different direction and that, but I wanted to be close up to the house. Of course, you got to worry about fumes and all that other stuff. And I would always put it, I would do it safely. Heidi noticed right away that I put cardboard down over the hole. Now, I didn't staple it or anything like that, but I also did more.
What'd you do?
I ain't fixed. It's just thrown together.
What is that?
There's no gap.
Oh.
So I was trying to tell him, you work today. I'm sorry, you work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday. Then you work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then you're off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I'm pretty sure that I don't work Tuesday.
See, if that's the case, then Heidi will do this whole RV, and I'll help her. I'll point out what tools she needs to use and stuff. But it's nice and cool in here.
Yeah.
I think that we might have to change one thing possibly.
What's that?
I hate, again, we talked about this just in a recent video.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
I know, but I talked about this in a recent video, and that is, once you have certain features, it's hard to go backwards. And I really hate the idea that you just put this on a thing and it just runs constantly.
Yeah, well, this is probably not going to be a long term.
Okay, good. I like having that on camera. Heidi, I'm not disagreeing with her, and I'm not saying she would change her tune. I like the idea that her and I are probably on the same page. This is just like the first house that we bought up here. This is just to get us by, to see what we can do with it and what we can accomplish. And if we like what we're doing, we will step it up. So, yeah, you know what? There's no way I'm going to use this gas. I could run this thing all night on the gas that's out there.
Well, whenever I thought, I didn't grab that can.
It was full. It's
and
almost full.
I remember it moving, and I seen it at the top.
Yeah.
Like he's not worried about that. I could have filled it up though, because
the filter that's in there to keep when you fuel. Okay, the fuel is still at the bottom of that filter.
Oh, okay.
And the gas tank on the generator, I have an app The gas tank on the generator is 90% because that's what that fuel thing does. But yeah, I was talking to the camera about, you know, boondocking, long term, mounting it on the back, all that stuff.
Boondock type people, but
Walmart, overnight,
yeah.
truck stops, wanting air, that kind of thing. But yep, Heidi's on the camera. This is pretty much going to do it. Once I got in here, I've got so much work to do still on editing and some reviews, but it makes me really want to work on this thing because it's nothing more than me taking a saw and cutting holes and putting wood in the place of holes and removing bad wood. I mean, it's at that point, it's just the way that it looks. You know, we want to make it look nice after that. And I'm ready to start working on this because it is the frickin' end of June and we haven't camped once because this jerk off that sold us the RV and me being an idiot and not paying attention. So my fault, his fault, our fault. Shame on me. All right, say bye to the camera. It's a lovely day, and the reason is it's going to be 95 today. Currently, it's like 88. I don't know what time it is, though. I really honestly don't know. Let's see if I can figure it out real quick here. It's noon. It's noon each. So I put the awning out a little bit earlier. I ran down to the old Burger King and got myself something to snack on for an early lunch. And I decided to put the awning out and open this door. But I know that it's going to be time for the air conditioning again because we do want to keep this thing relatively cool. And right now it is, and I know you're not going to see this, 95 degrees. That's about all I'm going to show you of the RV today. You might hear the generator running, but Heidi's at work. Today is Monday for us. Yikes. And I am doing my walkthrough to see if I can find any wet spots. And I'm already finding wet spots. Yikes. Oh man, I really want to mow today. Okay, this is the deal. I'm going to give it all day today to reach the heat of the day, which the high is 95. And then I'll bring the mower out because this is all wet mud still. Heidi's garden's looking really good. I mean, there's some grass growing in here, don't get me wrong, but man, for her working all the hours that she is definitely doing a good job with this garden. And we had all this part here was like flooded. Pretty nice. I could definitely mow the front yard, I'm sure, but this is wet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let the sun happen all day today. I'm out of breath today too. I don't know why. I mean, it's not even real hot today yet. So I'm doing the same routine, opening the pole building so that the birds can enjoy themselves in there. It's a freaking bird sanctuary. Again, I think I'm gonna start using the name birdhouse. I'm gonna open the birdhouse. Wonder what happened here. This doesn't look right. Somehow this has become unfurled. It's kind of odd. I don't remember it being like this. Matter of fact, I'm darn near positive it wasn't like that. Oh well. Something happened somehow. I need to be taking this down anyways. It's not really serving a purpose. I was under the impression that I was going to get a signal out here somehow. Got a little bug bothering me. And of course that didn't work out so well. So let me open the pole building. We're going to let the heat of the day help it out as much as possible. And same with the RV, we'll we'll give it a little while, and then I'll go ahead and turn on the air conditioning for it by hooking the generator up. The other thing that we needed to do was take care of some of this excess dirt, pile it up around the poles, maybe tamp it a little bit, make sure there's no voids there. Not going to rush into anything. Look at all those mint leaves. This big bush, basically, those are all mint. Man, need to go back there and harvest that stuff. But yeah, we're in good shape. This will turn out to be pretty darn nice. You know what? I'm gonna look around here at the back of the building, see how wet it is. You guys can check that out with me that haven't seen it before. So there's a bunch of stuff we need to clean up here. Of course, rocks. You can see the rocks here. There's some sort of a hard packed concrete, asphalt, something that's all right here where my foot is. The whole width of this pole building. These steel beams, they're heavy steel beams, are real long. They go almost, I would have to say there's 40 foot of steel beam here. What I believe is those are to be used out here for the doors to have a path to travel in. For whatever reason, they're here now. There's some poles here, some steel poles. Again, you can see this is what is kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's concrete. It's not concrete. It looks like somebody just poured concrete on top of dirt. All these bricks need to be restacked. And then back here, this needs a lot of cleanup attention. There's a bunch of edging. I don't know how to describe it. It's garden edging that you put stakes down through to hold it in place. We're going to pull that out with the stakes and see if there's something we can do with that, actually using it. Then we've got to take all this wood, these flat boards, we're going to take that up and burn it because it's no good. We need a roll off. We need to go ahead and get a roll off trash can so we can load it up with all this stuff. Oh, I forgot about these. We put these up like this because they were full of ants and Heidi wanted to utilize them. I'll have to see if she wants me to drag those up. But yeah, you can see the pile here. It's mainly wood. That way I can mow all this, keep all this mowed and dried out. That's the main thing. Same here. You can see the mint leaves, how tall they are. They're so nice. I wish you guys, we had smell-o-vision because it smells so good. It's like spearmint gum. I usually chew on them, but I don't feel like it today. And then you can see where they hooked up the fence pole, the fence line, right? There's our stake for our property. Right down there, that's the pin. And if you draw a straight line all the way up to the front, you can see he's 2 foot off. He's definitely 2 foot off. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, that's perfect. That's a perfect 2 foot off. But yeah, I love it. Now this part here is always wet and it's not on my property, so I can't do nothing about that. But I can do something over here. I think I'll try to fill in more to make this a little bit more drain fun. And that way I can also put in a path of gravel here because I'd like to make it gravel. I'd like to make a pathway we can utilize to use this side of the pole building. Look how crooked the pole building is. I don't know if on this camera you're going to be able to tell, but the pole building is actually at an angle in which it's crooked. Like if I draw a straight line, it runs right into the fence, and this is the property line. And I'll tell you, What in the world are people thinking? So anyways, yeah, this needs to be, you can see, look how wet it is here. It needs to be elevated. I need to bring in Phil. Who's Phil? Phil Dirt and the Dozers. But this is way too wet for me to mess around with. Next week, I think it is sometime. I mentioned it before. Noah's gonna, next door neighbor, he's gonna put a drain. I don't know. I'm not gonna say drain field. He's gonna put a drain in his property over to the pipe that runs out to the ditch, and the pipe is on my property, which, like I said, as long as it don't cause any problems, I don't care. And I think I'm gonna go down and buy a drain basin, because he said, you know, when he ties in, I asked him if he could put a drain basin in for us. Make it easier for him maybe too. So today between 2 and 4, I'm having a electrician come by and show me the electrical side of service that is done on the generator. The mechanical side, I don't have a problem with. It's just an engine. It's just a Kohler engine. I'm good with that. I have no problems with that. Those are easy. You know, drain the oil, which in my case I would vacuum out the oil since I have an extractor. Change the filter, you know, change the air filter, spark plugs, clean the carburetor up if needed be. But when it gets to setting the idle, I don't know what's required with being electrical. The generators that I dealt with, none of them had electronics on them. All you did was just adjust the idle speed so that you get 60 hertz out of the generator. Well, I think that one's done electronically. And there's some tests that you have to do. There's a port that you can plug into. I need to do all that. I need to be able to do all that, but I want to watch what he does. We're going to go ahead and pay him for a full service, and I'm just going to pick his brain. Lovely, huh? I love it. I'm also expecting a delivery today. Shoot. I meant to take the truck and drive this over. I'm going to go get my truck and drive this over real quick. That way I don't have to get the zero turn out and run this over. All right, we're going to see if this works from a distance. The generator's right outside the window, and I have just the fan running out there and the battery charger. That's it. So let's see what happens if we do the microwave real quick. See if there's a quick start here. Of course, you can't see this. I'm just recording this with my phone and the screen recording, so there's no quick. Okay, popcorn. I'll just do popcorn. So I hear the generator out there revving up, as you can see, and it looks like that this is about a 1500 watt. Yeah, 1500 watt microwave. Seems like it works there. And then, of course, if I turn on electric, even the 12 volt, that should kick up something. Yeah, so I've got the lights on inside the RV, just the main lights, and because it's going through the inverter, charger, I should say, you're going to get a little bit more there. And I do have the fan running on the counter. We'll turn that off. 0 watts. Well, I don't like that because that means the battery would have to be at its absolute fullest. I don't think the battery is at its absolute. I'm not worried about that right now. What I'm worried about is I'm sweating inside here. It is 96 inside. And I'm going to try to do something to see if the air conditioner changes with the thermostat control. I don't know if it shuts it off and the fan continues to run. That's what I'm guessing. So this is low fan right now, 347 watts. I don't know why, but there's another low fan setting. It's exactly the same. That was the next click. Here's the high fan. Barely any notice there, I guess. Not very much at all. And now we're going to go to low cool. Let's see what the the wattage does on the generator. Well, it peaked out at 1780, I think that is. And of course, this is the way you want to do it. If you have a generator that's barely capable of running your AC, you want to go through steps. You just don't want to fire it up and go right to high cool. You want to do the fan, get that running, warmed up, spinning, then go to the low cooling. Maybe the high fan before the low cooling. I don't really have a preference on that. And then once you get to cooling and you want high cooling, just go from, make sure that the low cooling's been running for a little while, and I'm going to switch to high now. And you can see there's hardly anything. There's no peak, no anything. It did raise it up though. So, with that said, I'm going to put the thermostat down just a smidge, and we'll see if that actually shuts it off. In the meantime, we'll just let this run. I love this generator in this app though. It's kind of cool, right? So one of the things that people always ask or have referred to, and I'll tell you why here in a second, is the generator and where's your surge protector? I'll get to that in a second. In the meantime, remember this baby? I bought this back when we had our Terry camper. This is the first thing that I bought. Actually, I think I bought this for our other camper, the one of our pop-ups. I don't remember clearly. Going to turn on the lights so we can see a little better. So this is going to give me an idea what the voltage is. Sorry about the wind. And I'll just go ahead and use this plug here. Unplug from the wall. And boom. See what it says. 118 volts. And the polarity is correct, which is nice. I have a surge protector from Power Watchdog. It's a 50 amp, which can be run with 30 amp or 20 amp. It doesn't make a difference. You just put in the adapters. It still does the same job. And I also have the autoformer that helps with low voltage. And not only that, but I have another unit that I've been holding on to for quite some time, and I can't wait to use it. It's from a company I think called Active Controls. I talked about them before. Really nice guy, really good company. And they basically have, in a lack of a better way of explaining it, a micro air easy start built into their surge protector that will work for all the components inside the RV. Meaning that I can have less of a surge on my generator, or from whatever power hookup I have. Like if I wanted to start up my, I keep on wanting to say radar range. How old am I, huh? My microwave, and the refrigerator, the compressor on the refrigerator, it will ramp up the current for all that. And you just plug it in line like a normal surge protector. We'll get to that one day. But going back to the question that I keep on getting, and that is, why don't you run your surge protector with your generator, with your Honda generator, with your Champion generator, with this generator? You don't need to with the inverters. And even with the open frame that doesn't have inverter technology, I really don't see a need for that even. The technology is built into the generators to protect your circuitry. It's not like a power line coming from the road, going into a park, into some kind of antiquated system that may get the wires crossed, may short out, may have a brownout, some crazy stuff like that. The generator is doing what it needs to do. It's powering. And as far as surges and more importantly, a low voltage, which the Power Watchdog does, it's not really a concern with an inverter generator. It just doesn't work the same way. So you're okay. I'm going to tell you that you're okay. Now do your own research, and if it makes you feel good to spend another $150 or to run your surge protector with your generator that's out there, you know, your generator's getting potentially wet. It's exposed to the elements. It's out in the sun getting burned on. If you want to put your surge protector out there too, they're a little bit made more for that, but there's no need for it. I'm just telling you, there's no need for it. Your generator, if it's an inverter especially, it'll take care of your electronics in your RV. It won't burn them up. If you have a problem with something going on inside the RV, there's something else going on, and I wouldn't look at the generator for that. Maybe the connections, possibly, you know, where the plug goes in, the adapter, maybe the plug, you know, in your RV itself. But yeah, that's why I don't run my power surge protector with the generator, because the generator's doing that already. So we're gonna go ahead and let this run. I gave you a time check earlier, and it's currently 1 p.m. So we'll just let this thing run. I know this, the nice thing about it is I know that I can walk away from this RV, and at 1 p.m. tomorrow, it's still gonna be running, because you know, it's just that fuel efficient with that extended gas tank. I love it. I mean, it's nice to know that. Okay, so we have a little bit of a dilemma. What's a dilemma? Well, first of all, I mowed the whole yard today. That was nice. That wasn't a dilemma. Heidi, she ran down to the store and she said, or she just left to go to the store. She goes, "Is the generator supposed to be on?" I said, "Yeah, why?" And she goes, "I don't hear it running." And she's absolutely right. It is not running. So this is kind of goofy. I gotta figure out why. I don't think that I'm going to be able to find out using my app, because the generator's not running, so it's not going to connect to the app. Well, I don't see anything there that tells me that there's a problem. This is not looking like any kind of a problem. Everything looks good there. The fuel keeps on jumping back and forth between 95% and 90%. That doesn't mean anything. It hasn't been off for very long because well, actually, yeah, because it's 82 in here, and I have the AC set up to where it should have been about 72. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't have any indication showing that it was an overload or anything like that. I seriously doubt it's a CO2 problem. That's one of the things that I hate about these generators. I understand why they have that on there, but I don't care for that. Let me just say, I don't care for the whole CO2 thing. The only other thing it could be is low oil level shutoff, which sometimes those sensors are faulty. I seriously doubt that this thing has burned through that much oil. I didn't check it, so it's got a safety on it. If it's low on oil, it will shut off. The fact that it fired right up doesn't necessarily mean that the oil level's okay. It's just saying it's okay at the time that I started it up. So if it runs for another hour here and it shuts off again, of course at that point I'll check the oil level to see if that's the reason it shut off. But I have a feeling that it shut off for some other total reason. I don't know exactly why, but Who knows? We'll go ahead and run this and see what happens. Good morning, YouTube. Another lovely day. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, maybe not so lovely. I just burnt my elbow on the glass right there. Yikes. That was hot. What do we have in store for today? Well, I'm running into a dilemma. And Heidi hates when I say that. She always just kind of rolls her eyes when I say I got a dilemma. Because my dilemmas they're probably self-created more than anything else. But if you remember, we had the RV in the pole building. And as you remember, the birds are crapping all over it. I can't get around that. It doesn't really damage the RV, obviously, as long as we wash it off the paint and stuff. However, what doesn't wash off is water getting into the RV. That does not happen in the pole building. That happens when it's out here. You can see my rig job here. I just kind of pounded it back, sort of. Doesn't look too bad. I haven't, obviously that's not the correct way. Okay, going back to what I was saying. So the thing that I want to do is make sure that this is protected from getting wet until I have a chance to repair it. Which, is not that much. And honestly, if I didn't have, again, so much other crap going on, I think I would try to knock it out real fast, because honestly, all it takes for me to repair this so water no longer comes in the RV is removing these two tracks or corner pieces, and all these, removing this vinyl, taking out all the screws on both sides all the way to the top, and then replacing the wood that is gone behind there on both sides, obviously, and then re-securing this track with the correct sealant to make sure no water comes in. If I did that, I'm golden. I'm in good shape. But I don't have time to do that. So when I bought the cover for the RV, I had all intentions of, we'll leave the cover on. The cover will keep the RV from getting wet. And it works perfect, obviously. It's an RV cover. Except for one thing. When I go inside the RV, I can't turn on the air. I can't cool it off. That's kind of rough to do in the summer. And I definitely don't want to be working in there with no light, because the windows will be, blocked off with a cover, and with really no air circulation. So the cover came off. We have rain that potentially could happen tonight, but almost definitely for a week straight. We have the potential for storms almost every day. Some of the percentages are pretty high. I can't have that, obviously, because then the RV is going to get wet. So, back to the pole building. Now, I think one of the problems that I have with the pole building that makes me not rely on it as much as I should is a couple of things. One, the fact that the birds are in there crapping on everything. Two, that it's all the way in the back, obviously, and if I'm going to work on this RV, the RV's got to be up here so I can work on it. Not a big deal, not hard to do. That's why I have a truck. You just hook up and pull it out. So where the problem is three, getting the RV in and out of that pole building. You think it would be easy as pie, and it would be if I was to clear out that side of the pole building, all that from the door over, because then you could see the natural angle of this driveway would allow for just that, for the RV to just get tucked in there, no problem. All right, what's that mean? I think I'm going to attempt to do just that. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if I'm going to have the energy in this heat, but maybe. You can see the generator. I'm having sort of a weird relationship with this thing, with the fact that it actually shut off. I'm kind of concerned about that. I don't know why it did that. I know it's due for an oil change. I don't know if I have the oil for it. I might. I see full synthetic 10W30 here. Yeah, that's not a full quart. I see 10W30. Okay, let's hope this is... Oh, yeah, there's a full quart in there. Okay, well, maybe I'll change the oil in it, and that'll be done. But I'm just not accustomed and comfortable with it. So I don't know how I feel about it. I love the fact that it runs the air conditioner on the RV, so we think, but does it really? I mean, I've never had my Champion ever shut off unless it ran out of fuel or propane, whatever I run it on. So let's go ahead and get to work today, do some work. I'm shooting with my phone right now because my other camera's being charged. I do have a need that I want to capture what I'm doing out there, but I don't know how much I'm going to capture. Well, it's turning out to be a warm day, all right. Definitely a warm day. I found a little mouse in that tube. Must have been his little house. I need those gutter caps for the rain gutters. I don't know what he was making there. Some sort of, I don't know. I don't know what it was. Who knows? So I'm not getting much for anywhere. Sorry about the wobbliness, but it's dark in here, so I've got to turn off the stabilization. Yeah. I had to put slime in the tire. It's funny because our kids, when they were little, rode in the back of this wagon. And this is all trash so far. That work table, just like everything else, if you haven't done much for downsizing or cleaning up or getting rid of things, we've done that plenty of times. Nothing, no feeling is worse, nothing, than whenever you are standing around trying to complete something, whatever it may be, a project or organization, or you're building something, whatever it is, and you clearly remember, oh man, I wish I still had fill in the blank, whatever that may be. So as I was yanking this table out, this workbench, I had full intentions of throwing it up on the trailer. And again, this is all trash. This is scrap metal. This is pure trash. This is all burned stuff. And I was thinking, and of course that back there too. So I was thinking, well, I'll just flip this up on the trailer and, hook it up to the tractor here and go make a nice little teepee of fire somewhere and have a fire, burn it all. And then I started thinking, man, if that was all cleaned off, if I had it all cleaned off and blown, off and everything like that, how nice would it be to have it up here? And the reason that I say that is this is going away. I've mentioned this before. I don't have any need for whatever this thing is. I don't know what they were trying to do there, but whatever. I don't have any need for that. Just as I didn't have any need for the shelf that was there that I already tore down. And I'm approaching this one. And as soon as I get the wood off of that one and get clear access to it, I'll rip that down. And that'll go away. The ones in the back need rebuilt in a couple places. However, I'll leave them for the time being. And that's why I was thinking, well, maybe I need to drag this workbench once clean up there to replace that thing to where I actually have something that I can set stuff on. Because, again, I know there's things that I need to bring out here and, have stored. you know, for example, the mower deck assembly or the lift assembly for the plow. The mower deck can pretty much set the way that it is there. But there is small things that I could put up on the workbench, and even potentially maybe work on them on the workbench. For example, my edger is back here, my pressure washer is back here. Well, I may need to get those things started and run, and I could do that just as easily back here as anywhere else. I don't know. To answer everyone's query on this is, I don't know. But it is healthy enough, it is sturdy enough, it is heavy enough that I think it would be a good item to have out here, just for the reasons that I mentioned. And it's already out here, and it'll spare me the, you know, potentially trying to get rid of it or burn it or whatever. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what's going on. Well, the only thing that I see here that may be an issue is just the tractor plow. So I left it uncovered so it shows up easier in the mirrors. But I'm not putting the RV all the way back here. I'm just putting it at an angle, just deep enough to get it inside the door and back enough that I can get the zero turnout. So, man, am I whipped. I mean, just, this is draping off of me. It's sticking. It's just hot. It's just really, really hot. Heidi said, "You're crazy for working out there." It's like Florida. I don't have a problem with this. I mean, we've talked about that before. I don't have a problem with this kind of heat. It's actually a lot easier for me to work into this than any kind of cold. I'm not a cold weather person at all. I mean, even in the lower 60s, no thank you. So I'll go ahead and, yeah, you see I put the workbench back there. And I still have stuff I need to do, but I need to get the RV and pull it back here. Now, we do have one random mouse that's flying through here. I hope it doesn't decide to take residence in the RV. So Heidi has some mouse traps. I'm sure she'll put them on the RV somewhere. But yeah, let me go do that so my job will be finished. So much more room. I can come back another, oh, I don't know, 8 feet more. Apologize for that. The phone overheated. You'll figure that out. It's been in my pocket. That's how hot it is. Plenty of room. You know, way lots of room. So the phone keeps on shutting off because it's connected to the truck and it's overheating, and man, oh man. But anyways, I got plenty of room. That's all I want to point out. Lots of room. Of course, with this little RV, that's good. That means Heidi feel comfortable getting a 30-footer in here. Oh, I kid around, but you know, there's always some truth to that on some level. We want to go out with this one though. We want to take advantage of it being small, agile, and see what kind of gas mileage we could get. This would be probably the best gas mileage that we ever got, maybe. But yeah, lots of room, guys, lots of room. It's funny what happens when you actually clean up to some extent. Now, all that crap back there, again, it's trash. We need to get a roll off here and it'll be taken care of. So let me finish out what I was doing, and that's putting a tarp on the small tractor, taking the tractor cover that's on there now and putting it on the zero turn. Hey, and I think I might put the generator back here. Heidi's home. She wants to come out and check out our garden, but in the meantime,
The weeds keep growing taller and taller.
yeah.
I got one good pepper plant, the other ones are suffering. Oh well. The green beans and the peas are doing good.
That's good. What's those things?
Lettuce. These are peas right here.
Oh.
Lettuce.
Huh.
There's some kind of lettuce over there.
Where's the gold? You said there's gold in here.
I didn't mention gold.
Darn it. Oh, look, I put this up for you today.
What is it?
I don't know. You see it?
Did you put the rest of the fence up?
No.
Turn it up tomorrow?
I don't know.
Snakes.
Guess what I don't hear?
The generator got smoked out or choked out.
I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Well, I'm going to tell you this, guys. Because of just this reason here, this is not going to be our project generator. We will not use this generator for that. It just ruined everything. Man. For sale. You know, I liked it. I liked everything about it. But this is 2 times now that it's just shut off for no reason. I don't have a reason. And it shut off.
So I got one there, one over there.
Here, oh, I guess I can catch this still. Look how much room we have in here.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that comes with having Florida-like weather in Ohio is having Florida-like storms. And we got one brewing up here. It's pretty good. I'll show you the radar real quick here. And the rain just started, but yeah, we had a storm like this yesterday too. And then it pretty much cleared up and it all away and we were all done. But yeah, how crazy. I'm kind of glad. Right now it is so pleasant outside. It's nice and cool. The wind is obviously blowing, but the heat was kind of oppressive, to tell you the truth. It's not bad for me. I like that, but it does hinder me as far as staying out for a period of time in the rain, or I'm sorry, in the heat. So this rain will help out quite a bit. Alright, so we just had a pretty good summer storm come through here and it cooled it off quite a bit. So much so that I'm going to go back here and turn off the AC for the RV and shut off the generator and allow it just to run with the fan. So let me go ahead and flip this off. Let's see how much gas we got in here. Shoot, the needle's still on full. I don't even know how that's possible. Oh well. Nice, nice, nice. I think I'll switch it around inside here first so we can see what the temperature's like. And a little baby bird must be not able to fly. All right, let's see in here. Oh yeah, it's same temperature as it is out there, basically. I don't have the air set on a very low temperature. Yeah, 75 in here. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lower this to right at there. Yeah. So from what I can tell is when this knob is straight up and down, I hover around 75. So that's good to know. But you know, that changes for ambient temperature, if I'm out in the sun, whatever. So we'll go ahead and we made the air a little bit cooler here. Now I'm going to turn it off because there's no sense in it. And boom, 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 boom. And now I'm going to turn this fan on. We'll let the fan run all night, rest of the day. Don't worry, RV, I'll get to the attention you need shortly. Good morning, good afternoon. Yeah, it's afternoon. It's not morning. I had to do editing, and I thought I'd come out here today and take a look at what's going on. The RV is back, obviously, in the pole building, like you saw me do yesterday. Today is 90 degrees. What's that mean? We officially have a heat wave here. Man, did we have rain last night. I don't know if you can tell here. But man, I mean, it just came down. Okay. A little muddy. Not bad though. You can walk through here now. We're going to put gravel over here to make it nicer. Heidi is at work, and I am busy inside today. I don't have the ability to hang out with you guys like I would like to. I don't have the time to start working on the RV like I would like to. But I thought I would get outside a little bit because it is delightfully humid. It's a beautiful day. These are the days I'm talking about right here. Like I said, 90. The humidity's up there quite a bit. It's just perfect for me. So as far as this generator and its problem, I can't stand it. It's driving me crazy. I hate the fact that I've set it up the way that it's supposed to be set up, and yet somehow it has a problem doing what it's supposed to do. I think I don't care at this point. I'm just going to let it go. Like I said, as soon as I had a problem with it, I said, for sale. Tell me if you guys do this. Completely off topic. Heidi and I have a hard time keeping our eating schedule together. And because Heidi does all the cooking and stuff like that, I fend for myself in the morning, which usually means a trip to McDonald's for a McMuffin meal. Or maybe some leftovers. I'll do that. But my thing that I'm kind of curious is, do you starve yourself knowing that, like, for example, I'll tell you a specific. As it stands today, Heidi and I was talking about bringing home food for today, but we were talking about that yesterday. And now, as you're watching this, it is almost 2 o'clock, 1:45-ish, something like that. And I'm finding myself a little bit on the hungry side, but I know that I wouldn't be hungry for Chinese if I eat now. So, do you guys run into that problem? I basically have to just maybe do a little snack to carry me over to dinner. I'm just curious. I thought maybe I might not be the only one. All right, so let me plug this thing in. We're going to make all kinds of noise. Oh, good for Heidi. Heidi put a mouse trap down, and she's already caught one mouse. And let me go ahead and put this to start. I'm going to check my app to make sure that everything is good on the generator, which I'm sure that it is. Yeah, it shows that I just started it up. The fuel is at 80%. It just changed to 85%. And it's run a total of 22 hours. Okay, it's going from 85 to 90%. So the fuel pump is working. It's drawing fuel from the fuel tank. The extended fuel tank, let's say that. So now I'm going to go ahead and hook up the RV to it. I know it's dark. I apologize. We're going to go in here though. I'm sure it's nice and cool and nice and dry, more importantly. It's in between. It's not overly cold. Actually, it's 78 in here, so that's not too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the air up. I'm going to make the compressor kick on. Okay, the compressor just kicked on. The generator's out there doing its thing. Let me try to set you guys up so we can see this on my phone at the same time as I'm doing all this. It's showing that it's eco mode's off. It's 1600 watts. Whatever else, right? So what I'm going to do is try to overload this by turning on the microwave. So we're going to hold this up here so you guys can see. And I want to know what the generator does out there. So let's go ahead and, with the air running, let me go ahead and turn on the fan. And put more of a load on it. They're up to 1700 watts. Now we'll go ahead and do the generator, or the microwave. Ready? Kicked way up, and it's powering the microwave. Can you believe it? And this fan and the air conditioner. The only thing I can do is put the air conditioner on high. I'm cool. I'm showing 115 volts back here on the wall. Look at that. That generator's going to town. It's doing it. I don't know what else to turn on. I've got the microwave on. Wow. Might have to rethink that thing, huh? Well, I don't know what else to do. I was hoping that was going to do it, but that didn't pop it. That didn't overload it. So, again, I was hoping that was going to do what I wanted it to do, but it didn't. So we'll leave this thing run all day, and hopefully it does just that. It runs all day. Oh, yikes. Yeah, we still have a lot to do for yard cleanup, and I'll sure start feeling a little bit more happy about the way that we have things set up. That's for sure. So, coming from Ohio, a beautiful day. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. It's always a drag when Heidi's at work. You know, when we are apart from each other, you know, we survive. We do what every other couple does out there. It's just, we do so much better when we're both together. And don't get me wrong, we're just like every other couple. There's times we really get on each other's nerves and we don't want to be near each other. But when we were full-time on the road for 3 years, it sure made things nice that, you know, her and I could plan stuff every day together. When we hit the road, there were things that we forgot that we liked about having a home. And then when we got off the road, which is now, there's things that we're remembering that we really liked when we were on the road. And one of those things was obviously being able to hang out together every day. So maybe we need to reinvent ourselves again and try to figure out what we need to do to make some sort of a balance, a work-life balance. Regardless to how much money we have, how much money we make, how many things that we have, we can't take it with us. And ultimately, the only thing we have is our memories, and even then, those all disappear too. So enjoy life while you got time. Don't get caught up in the rat race, that's for sure. All right, enough philosophizing. Good morning, YouTube. No rain today. Just wall-to-wall sunshine. It's 85 degrees. The humidity is very reasonable. Feels pretty good. I'm not going to take you to the back and do the same thing as I always do with the whole pole building and all that crap. Heidi ordered some solar lights for the fence over there. Not for every pole, just for a few. But and let me talk to you guys for just a bit. So kind of a strange feeling that I have today, and there's no apparent reason why. And I thought that as a point of therapy, I would talk to you guys about it. And this is something that Heidi and I do occasionally. And I wish she was here. When we decided we did not want to full-time any longer, it was because we did the whole, well, what don't we want? Now, I don't think at any point in time we said we don't want to be traveling all the time anymore. I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying, well, we don't want to, visit different locations and explore, meet new people, have new experiences. We never said that. In this case, or I should say in that case, we did know that what we wanted outweighed what we were doing at the time. And that was to be a little bit more stable, go back into a lifestyle that was a little bit more comfortable or familiar. After doing the full-time thing for 3 years, grass is always greener on the other side of the fence, that kind of thing. But I don't think that we felt that way so much. It's just we didn't know a way to incorporate the lifestyle that we were living on the road, and being able to cut it back. It's nice to have dessert. It's not nice to have dessert every day. And don't get me wrong, full-time RV living wasn't dessert every day, but there was a lot of dessert. You did spoil yourself quite a bit doing that kind of lifestyle. One of the things that we said when we left the full-time lifestyle was we definitely did not want to get into our same old routine to where she was, just working. And I was, doing work from the house all the time. To the point where I'm not doing what I want to do. She's not doing what she wants to do. Work-life balance is a thing. It's something that, at our age, being Gen Xers, and our parents being, boomers, baby boomers, it was always instilled by our grandparents and our parents that, you can't always do what you want. There's a lot of, you have responsibilities. You have things that you have to do. But whenever you allow your lifestyle to dictate what you have to do, it's your lifestyle. You can change your lifestyle to change what you have to do. And I'll have to say that I think us being in a home now with a mortgage, that I think that's the biggest thing. Now that we're in a home with a mortgage, with a long-term, commitment, the weight of that decision is really making us realize what kind of choice we made to now cause us to have to live a way that maybe we don't necessarily want to. I just thought I'd throw that out there, I guess, because it was on my mind. Right now we don't have a goal in mind. We just know that we don't want to be working all the time just to be living, whereas there's other ways of doing it. Again, we've already done that in the past, and we don't want to go back to that lifestyle 100%. But I think there's room for that lifestyle to creep into this lifestyle, as long as we make modifications on this lifestyle's end. Does that make any sense? Does that open up some kind of thought process for you guys too? Again, it's a valuable tool. If you don't know necessarily what you want, but you feel like you want to make a change, make a list of the things that you don't want, and that may direct you towards what you actually do want. So here's the other surprise. Heidi's home. Not a surprise, because I've been telling you guys that she's had vacation for the week. And here it is, the week. Right?
Yep.
And look what Heidi's doing. I don't have a really, does the weeds make that much difference?
I'm just taking them around the plants. That's all.
Oh, I was going to say, does it? Oh my God, you do have tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
The little yellow tomatoes there. And I don't know what's wrong with the freaking tomato plants there. This one I was for sure it wasn't going to have any, but now it finally does have some blooms on it. But yeah, I got 4 tomatoes on this one. Multiple ones on that one.
Isn't it funny? Do you hear Heidi's accent that she got from her West Virginia family?
Why? What did I say?
Just the tomatoes.
Oh.
There's very little stuff I can pick up on anymore because I've been around you so long. The other thing is what's the other accent thing you say?
Wash-rag?
Yeah, wash-rag. It's wash. It's a wash rag. It's a washcloth. Yeah, it's funny. And her mom's really loaded with them.
And she's not even from West Virginia.
Well, I don't know. I know she's not, but I wonder if her family was or something,
They were from Pennsylvania.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Well, they were all German, weren't they?
Yeah.
You had Heinerman?
No, that was my dad.
Oh, that was your dad? So he's
Oh,
German.
Steele.
Oh, that's right. That's the British side of you guys are. Yeah, that's right. You have more British Irish than German, and I have French, and I have more German French than British Irish.
My pee got too much water.
But both of us, our genealogy, holy yeah, it's backwards. And I am 99.6% Northern Europe. I mean, almost all my genealogy is Europe. I don't have anything else hardly at all in my genes. And same with Heidi. Hers is almost all Europe, but hers is mainly British and Irish. But anyways,
Someone's in the garden.
Again?
Look. I didn't do that.
It's got to be a deer. That's all I can think. Right?
Yeah. They ate all the way up to here. Some of the tops. These look pretty healthy. I planted some stuff here and it came up, which is kind of nice.
So how many memories do you have? And I say this, and everybody in the comments can talk about it too. How many memories you have of everybody sitting around the table, snapping beans so everybody can can their beans? That whole canning thing was huge in the 70s.
We would go up to the Childs and we'd do it at our house.
You just sit for hours with big bowls of beans snapping them.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did it.
Did anybody can?
Yeah, my Aunt May and just to let you know how much West Virginia I got in my family, my Aunt Una May, she used to can quite a bit. And I think my Aunt Darlene did too. Let me rephrase that. I didn't say her name the way West Virginia say, Darylene, because my grandfather's name was Daryl, so it was Darylene. So anyways, the canning process, those did. I think, I don't remember and I have an Aunt Juanita. I don't know where that came from. I think she did too. I think she canned quite a bit too. But the thing was she didn't start canning again until she came back up from Florida, because they lived in Florida for many years. And of course, they moved to Ohio for a short time, and then they moved back to Florida again. But yeah, this is something. It's definitely later in the day, but man, is it nice and cool out here. Obviously, the RV's back out. And we're heading upstairs. Oh, I swear I just got bit. Could be the mosquitoes are out too, I would suppose. Whew. Ooh, it's hot in here. Ooh, much more hot than I thought. So what I want to do is go up into the attic. You guys want to go up and see what the attic looks like? Well, I'm sure these things are supposed to have some sort of weight limit on it. And I'm sure it's on that instruction sheet there. Or maybe it's up here. If you don't like the ladder, why not give a try to our skylights? Oh no, if you like the ladder. What I'm doing is I'm worried about, what's that called? Wasp. There could be a huge wasp nest up here. I don't know. Don't see any. But yeah, pretty cool up here, huh? I mean, it's laid out all right. Oh God, I can barely get up the steps. Ooh, it's a little warmer. Higher I get, the warmer it gets. So these are some of the totes that we threw up here to make room. And here you see RV repair and supplies. Let's go ahead and look at this. I'm gonna see if I can get a better view for you guys here. Let's see what's in there. Oh yeah, hoses. Oh my word. Yep, this has to go down. It's got my tank flush in it. So we'll set that over here. Let's see what else we got. I'm looking for my truck stuff too, because yeah, there's some stuff here. Now all these totes we took with us camping, so you gotta kind of keep that in your mind. Or RVing, when we were full-time RVers. That's kind of why they're up here, because they were out of the way. We knew, oh my, this is real heavy. I bet you I know what's in this one. Yep, it's the good stuff. It's our surge protector, our power watchdog. It's our auto former. It's a bunch of our 50 amp cables and extensions and stuff. So that's got to go downstairs. That's gonna be a tough one to get down there, that's for sure. Okay, let's see what's, oh shoot, this one's heavy too. More, yeah, shoot. All this has to go. This has all of our adapters on it and stuff, you know, for 50 amp, 30 amp, all the dog bone adapters, my hose adapters. There's another one. Thanks. Yeah. Oh, stinky slinky stuff, guess what? All that stuff needs to go down. Eventually we'll use that. Yeah. Make it kind of easy to get to. Okay. Got a couple more. This says bike and scooter. Oh, well, I need this for sure. There's a bike rack in here. Here's a whole bunch of electric bike stuff. Shoot. We do need this though for the bathroom. Bike seats and bike racks and LED lights. We'll save that for another day. See what's in here. So you can tell we got a bunch right. Oh, yeah, more RV stuff. My LEBO. This sucks. All these totes were up here out of the way. I was thinking about bringing more stuff up here. Well, guess what? Now it's the opposite way around. This box says power tools. Oh, I was looking for that. Looking for this bag. Looking for my concrete drill. Looking for my torque wrenches, my angle grinder. We're going backwards here, guys, if you don't recognize it. This is backwards progress. Holy cow. Oh, my caps. There's my frickin' string trimmer line. Obviously, we need that. Oh, and this is all the... I was looking for this. This is all my hitch stuff. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh my word, I have another hitch. I have a whole nother hitch that I didn't know about. Man. What's this? A freaking solar panel I didn't know about. Oh my word. This is hilarious. All my truck stuff. So all this now has to go downstairs and clutter up the garage again. Like I have room for this. Well, this could be amusing. Whenever you're doing a job, do the heaviest stuff first. That way when you're into the repetitiveness of things, you've got lighter material you're working with. So, first thing I want to get is that. No, actually I want to get this. Right here. Be cautious. Yikes. Man, there's no easy way to get this down. Might be asking, well, how did you get up there? I stood about halfway up the steps and handed it to my son. Kind of pushed him up the steps. So we'll drop that whole step here. Let's see. Doink. Drop a step. Doink. Doink. And doink. So heavy. Whew. I wrestled it. That was a tough one. That one was heavy. I'm going to balance it on my head. A little bit. This one's still pretty heavy. Not as heavy as the first one. I got one other one that's kind of heavy, or two. Not a breath. I need a fan. Other than you guys, you're my fans. Let's hit this one right here, shall we? I know there's another heavy one up there. Got one more, and that's the last one. Like I said, this needs to go into the thing. Here's a 20-watt solar charger battery maintainer for a vehicle. This was what's so heavy. Look at that. The auto former, the power watchdog, a 4-way lug wrench. I don't know how long of an extension cord. But that auto former's heavy. What got us thinking about that is they got a new auto former out. It's all in one type thing. That's all my hitch stuff, my pins and locks and all that stuff. Like this would be real good for the tractor actually. So of course I'll set it over here where I have no room. Is that what you do normally? This is, you can see, stuff that I created this thing. I did a video on it. This is the thing that I made so I can power flush the hot water tank. Here's some cables. Here's an RV door lock. Now, it's not the power RV door lock. We took that off of our fifth wheel. So this should be a fifth wheel lock that's in here. Just the stand. Yes. See, this is, here's the, I don't remember what these keys are for, but there should be keys in this bag, and this will give me a new door lock for our current RV. The one that we have is okay, but it could be better. Yeah, we did a review on this thing, the one that we have the box. And it worked out pretty well. It was a little tougher to program than some, but all right, let's go back and look. This is fun going through this stuff, isn't it? This is all the crap that we had on the road. So it's kind of weird seeing some of it. Some of it I forgot we had. What's this? Mobile Living Fix-It. Some sort of oh, it's a toilet repair kit. Oh yeah, here's the mounts for it's a flag buddy, and we were using this to mount our antenna that we had, but then they came out with one. Oh, nice! I forgot I had this. This is an electrical power cord thing. Here's a circuit board for a power relay that we had on our travel trailer, our Terry travel trailer, because I put that, what's that thing called? I put the automatic switchover underneath the bed, and that was the repair module needed just in case. I should hunt down that guy that owns it. Oh, good. Here's a regulator. I think I may have needed that. This is for a hatch for the roof. Here's awning repair tape. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Again, if you guys remember when we were on the road, these totes were either in the pass-through or they were in the RV. I'm sorry, in the bed of the truck. Here's all my oil change stuff for the generators. When I did oil changes on the road. Some of this stuff, I don't know what it is until I look. This is, oh, yeah, this is a motion sensing light that goes with the, and I'm sure it's in here. Let's see. Yeah, this is a flexible LED strip right here. And this is the motion sensing light for the flexible LED light. And there's a bunch of mounting clips for said LED light. But I needed this to level the RV because I don't have anything to level it right now. Pressure regulator. Oh, I was looking for that. It's a coupler for our blue technology water system or water fill. Here's to let us know how many gallons we put in there. Let's see if the battery's still good. Oh my word, the batteries are still good. Go figure that out. This is cool. This is for that lighting strip to put, you know, where you cut it. It allows you to make a positive and negative wire connection then to it. Oh yeah, here's even more. Again, for that same blue technology water system. We got all that stuff. All right, let's put that back in here. And put this tote up on the little work table. Let's see what's in here. Oh yeah, whew, this one was heavy. This was another heavier one. This was allowing me to hook a regular outlet to my 50 amp. So underneath here is just a regular household plug. So you can plug an extension cord into a 50 amp. Of course, you don't get 50 amp power. You just are able to run more with that. I should have some good adapters here. Yep, that's a good one. I kind of need that because the one that I have now kind of sucks. We'll leave that out. I was thinking about putting a longer 30 amp extension cord than what I currently have. That's what this is here, to see if I might be able to run the air conditioner off of one of the outlets, you know, just a standard outlet in here. And I might be able to. There's a chance. So we'll leave this out with big hopes. Because we had that electrician come out and give us an estimate. This is basically the cord that I was just showing you. I got so many adapters. There's a 30 to a 50 amp plug-in. Here's a 50 amp twist to another 50 amp twist. I don't know why I had that. And more water connectors and hose connectors and stuff. Yeah, I have quite a few little adapters in here. Might come in handy. All right. Done with that one. I'm not moving this all. It's heavy. Let me see if I can. Well, let me look at this one. This is the one that I'm really interested in. Then we'll stop this whole charade of stuff. This is all crap out of the Super Duty. When we went to sell it. Oh, that's what I was looking for. So, this is all the crap that I had in the truck. The triple thing.
Yeah, but you already have that one.
Look at another brand new arm wrestler. Everybody be jealous. Be so jealous. Ain't that right? You can't get these things anymore that I even know of. And I knew that. And I found a source that had just a couple left and I bought them. So Be jealous, because they're beautiful. They work well. What are these for?
Bobbers.
Yeah, they are bobbers. Oh, the antenna mount for the antenna. This is trash. Here, grab the straps because it's sticky. Oh, a little lighter. Oh, and it still works. Look at that. Nice.
I thought maybe you would let me put this over here.
Reading glasses. Sure. A little duster. Dash duster. Heidi needs that for her car.
No, I already got one. Exactly the same.
How dare you. Copycat.
I probably should get hip on trying to use it.
Sun screens. Okay, so anyways, I didn't go through the other totes. I was looking for this more than anything else. I have to get some of my USB tape, and I have to put that on the wing ding. And this, I was thinking about, this is how we might be able to run the, so if I plug this in to an outlet somewhere, I can't, there's really nowhere over there to do it because those are 200 and whatever plugs. But if I could plug this in, then run a big cord out and then plug in that cord to this, it'd give us the best chance of getting the most electricity. Happy 4th of July, everybody. We still have Heidi off work.
Yeah.
She loves it. She's going to see if she can make it a permanent thing. Heidi says, let's just hop in the truck in the RV and just walk away from it all.
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't even get to the next state with the shape the RV's in.
Yeah, it's true. So why are we out here today?
It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain. I haven't repaired the RV yet. However, as I got a good chance to look at it yesterday, I narrowed it down to needing some form of real thin plywood for the walls. I have a lot of structural wood already, so that's good. We need some construction adhesive, and it's 5/8 plywood, and I only need like half a sheet of 4x8, half a 4x8. So we got that going for us. And just to be clear, what's stopping us is I have to seal off the corner, so we got to get butyl also, which we got I think a little list going. Oh, he left his gas can out all night. That's funny. So, what are we doing today? All we're doing is we're taking the RV, we're moving it back into the pole building because there's potential for rain tomorrow. Obviously, we're doing 4th of July festivities, and since they run into the late evening, I don't want to come back after that and try to back this thing into the pole building in the dark to avoid the rain tomorrow. So we're doing that right now. There's something else we were doing. What else? Look at that sweat bee trying to attack the camera. You guys didn't get to see that. Was that it? I think that was it. Oh, well, that's pretty easy. Okay, so we'll abracadabra and make this happen. So how do we make it happen? Well, I got to hook up the truck. Heidi's got to help me because she's out here and she doesn't have nothing else to do. But yeah, we're gonna get this taken care of. In 3, 2, 1. All gone. Back in the pole building. I had Heidi backing in this time. She did help me quite a bit. Ooh, I almost forgot my little flashlight.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a wing dinger, ain't it? This is I did that review on these. This is that O light. It's just a clip light. Man, I love this thing. It's bright.
Nice for...
Yeah, it does some really cool stuff. Yeah. So go check out that. It was an integration? No. I did a review. There was like 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, go check out that. Just look up O light. See it? O light. It's very, very cool. All right, we're going to go into the air-conditioned home, which we have found out that we actually qualify for a solar program. I don't know if we're going to do it or not, but we're... the whole idea is that it will lower our electric bill. Now, with that said, our electric bill is extremely reasonable, considering that everybody that comes into our home for the most part says, woo, man, it's nice and cool in here. We keep it pretty cool, just to let you know. I mean, right now it's the warmest that it's been. Let's see how warm it is. Everybody hold their ears, because I'm going to say the A word. Well, what's the thermostat temperature?
The thermostat temperature is 71.6 degrees.
And watch this. Again, the A word, guys. What's the thermostat set to?
The AC is set to 72.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah.
It likes to run around 72.
Yeah, if we leave our air conditioning off all day, it would get to 75 on an 85 degree day, 87 degree day. It would get to 75 probably by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know why it stays really cool in here almost all the time.
Looking for this.
Oh, so how you gonna do some chopping?
I looked through all the cabinets.
She got a chopper. I talked her into getting this. You pull the string like starting a push mower, and that thing spins around. I don't know, it works, don't it?
Yeah.
All right, we're done with all this stuff. We gotta go do family stuff. I don't know if I'll catch you in any fireworks or anything like that, but just thought we'd check in, say happy 4th of July, everyone, and we'll pick this up later. Well, I hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Heidi did, didn't you? We're trying to do nothing today, but it's not working out that way. We went and picked up a picnic table. Now, if you guys get tempted to do those picnic tables, oh, by the way, look, all these were behind the pole building. Isn't that nice? Might be able to use those for something. Told Heidi to plant palm trees. But if you guys have a chance to get real inexpensive picnic tables at the box stores, just be cautious, because I had to re-screw almost everything together on this, but we wanted to see if we would utilize this, and it was with my military discount. It was only $123 out the door with tax and everything. Now that don't include the umbrella, and then I had to drill a hole in it, but we bought this on MacBid, and we only paid $18 for this umbrella. Isn't that nice? It's a little sticky down here. So Heidi is oh, I see the neighbors out there mowing the back 40. So Heidi's coming out here to check her garden. But as far as our 4th of July, how good was that? I'll tell you how good the 4th of July was. Heidi's mom, she bought up all the fireworks, and they were such a hit. They were the best ones on the lake, and people were posting on Facebook the stuff that we were shooting off at her mom's house. Now, just to let you know, Heidi is growing grass. Not on purpose.
Lots of grass. Might be able to take the rototiller down through here.
You think?
I'm doing it today.
No, you're not doing it today. And I don't know if there's a reason to do that, honey. I mean, if it comes right down to it, I don't care about the grass in between. Do you? So as long as we can harvest what we want out of there, we'll get these things. I mean, it's the first year.
On the little skinny pepper plant.
Yeah.
This one has a couple peppers, no other blooms.
What's all those flies all over there?
They're little bees. This one has like...
These are Roma tomatoes, right?
No, those are Roma.
Oh, okay.
These are, I don't remember what these are called, but they got some kind of rod at the bottom. That one's got, they all got, oh, this is yellow little cherry tomatoes.
Just talking about that one right in the center, and then these are Romas.
Yeah, I just got one Roma.
Ah.
But
This is our first year.
yeah.
By next year, and even the next year after that, this garden will start looking pretty darn perfect, and we'll make sure that we can get the tiller in between the rows really easily, and we'll have more soil than we do currently, so it'll be much higher than what it currently is.
We might rent a tiller for We should be able to just rent one. We don't need one.
Our cultivator?
A big one.
Oh, I don't need.
You don't think?
I can do it with the little one.
Well, we have some plastic in this area to take out that we missed. You can see it right there.
Yeah, some of that landscape fabric and stuff.
But definitely, yeah. I'm not liking all the weeds, but
I think it looks all right. So we're we other than that, we tried to make ourselves a promise that today we were going to do nothing. And Heidi ended up doing laundry and running to the store a couple times, and then we ran to the. It's hard for us to just sit still. All right.
These are those. I got the biggest pumpkin take to the fair.
Oh,
These
they're.
here.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. You know, the ugly gourd looking
Yeah.
one. And they do have some balloons on them.
Yep, they do have balloons and a Japanese beetle.
Yeah, well.
Where'd he come from?
We got lots of balloons on the squash.
What's going down here?
Well, that's squash, and something's eating these pepper plants. I gave up on them.
Well, we tried to get the raccoons, but
Yeah, they're just
oh, those are bugs. Those are insects.
slugs or something.
Yeah.
I put.
I'll redo my
7
camera a little
dust
bit.
on 'em and we planted something here and it never came up. I want to say it was a sunflower, but
Ah,
anyway, those look pretty good.
yeah.
What are those? So we'll see if maybe we'll get only squash. And of course, look at all the weeds.
Again, it's our first year. Heidi had somebody. She was trying to hire somebody to come out and.
Keep flaking out. And
Yeah, she was going to have somebody come out, and I mean, there's reasons we're doing it this way because we don't want to do it. And you get people that post stuff on Facebook Marketplace all the time. I will do work in your garden, that kind of thing. So Heidi got hold of a guy and said, "Hey, I want you to weed all of our garden or our landscaping all the way around our house, and maybe put down mulch." And he says, "Send me pictures." Now, why don't he just come out? I mean, he's not that far away.
Being a lot more.
Yeah.
That was too big of a job.
Yeah, it didn't look like that in the pictures.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm not paying you for more. That's what I'm going to start saying.
Yeah. So that's where things fell south because the guy started quoting prices. Heidi came out, she took pictures of everything. Then he started quoting prices, and then she
wasn't fast enough
didn't
for him.
respond back right away because we were looking at other
And then
options.
he's like, "Thanks for nothing." And then he's like, "I guess you don't want me." And I just blocked him. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was asking him. He wasn't asking me.
Right. So anyways, I need to wipe off our camera. I got another camera back here, and I brought the thing
Oh,
to wipe off the
Wanna
little
wipe it
dot. Sure, if you'd like to. There's got to be a little dot on the lens. Definitely look to see if you can see it.
I guess he's dirty.
Okay. I need to redo these. We have 3M adhesive and stainless disc that I can put on that siding, and then the cameras can sit.
It's got like a spray on it. So is that camera on?
Yeah, that camera's
I
on.
like it. Look.
You should be able to see it, yeah. Yeah, I like our little picnic table thing. So we have a total of, let's see, 123, 133,
No, it's
41, $141 on our picnic table and umbrella. I don't know why we're hanging out by the air conditioner.
well, because I'm looking.
Oh, looking to see what it looks like. That dot's gone, right? Let's just say it's gone. We've been dealing with it without, if it...
That's not it.
That's the one.
That was the septic cam.
Oh, that's definitely not it then.
Side yard cam.
Yeah, this is a generator cam because it's by the generator. It overlooks the generator.
I don't think the dot's on there anymore.
Okay.
But there is like little things all over it. Like it got sprayed with something. Oh, look at my tie-dye hands. They're getting better each day.
So one of the things that Heidi did for, you know, as a family project, it looks good. As a family project, she got a tie-dye kit. So on 4th of July, we all did T-shirts. And it's all right. They turned out okay.
We had fun.
Yeah.
Fun. We're good. Bud and I's going to do some more.
Cool.
I'm waiting for the shirts. You're going to put rubber bands on them.
Oh.
And then we'll come out here.
Nice.
You have a piece of cardboard?
With all the reviews I do and all the boxes that I end up cutting up, she wants to know if I have. That's funny. Uh-oh. Heidi put in her secret code. Let's see what this looks like in here. Yeah, I don't want to see it. There should be some smaller pieces. Oh yeah, right here's shorter. Here's a small, short piece. You need a short piece? That's perfect, right? Or you need bigger than that?
Well, you can only do one at a time.
Okay.
I mean, all you have to do is let it drip off.
Does it feel a little warm in here?
Yeah.
Wow. So here's the deal. Let's talk about the generator real quick. I was having a problem with it randomly shutting off. I talked about that. I'm giving the company a chance. Now, I'm a little bit more patient and a little bit more lenient than most. I did a review on this, but I purchased outright the fuel pump, and then this tank is from another company. But this fuel pump is from the same company. I have a problem with this sight glass leaking gasoline out. When I pump the bulb that primes it, gas comes out that. It shouldn't. And I think that there's a vapor loss or a vacuum loss that is coming through that sight glass, causing the suction for the fuel pump that comes from the fuel tank over to the fuel. I think that it's losing that because of that reason. I contacted the company. The company's solution was, if you pay us for shipping and handling $30, that's a lot of money for just shipping and handling on something that cost $118. But they said, if you pay shipping and handling of $30, you don't have to send your old one back, and we'll send you a new one. So again, I'm pretty patient with that stuff. So that's what I did. So when I get the new fuel pump, I'll test it out again and we'll see what happens. Uh-oh, got a notification. Don't know what that was. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. I just wanted to touch base with you guys because it seems like that we always, okay, I'm gonna say the A word, everybody cover their ears. Locked garage door. It just seems like that we're shortcutting you guys on content every once in a while, and sometimes you guys just want to see what we're doing, and of course we want to see Heidi on the camera. I like having Heidi on the camera. It's just hard to do whenever she's away at work. Yeah, okay, you get what you get. That's what I'm saying.